Good morning. The March 30th, 2016 meeting of the Board of Estimate is now called to order. Madam Deputy Control, well, first of all, in the interest of promoting the order and efficiencies of these hearings, persons who are disruptive to the hearings will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Meetings of the Board of Estimates are open to the public for the duration of the meeting. The hearing room must be vacated at the conclusion of the meeting. Failure to comply may result in a charge of trespassing. Madam Deputy Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's meeting, the board received a protest for all items on the agenda from Ms. Kim Trueheart. The board did review Ms. Trueheart's protest, however, it will not be heard. For page 46, item number 2, MBU and the Bureau of Purchases will report back to the board on compliance with MBEWE in 2 weeks. We have one item that is being deferred, and that is pages 47 to 49, items 3, 4, 5, and 6 that will be deferred for 1 week. I have the following abstentions and no votes to report. The Honorable Mayor Rawlings Blake will abstain on page 2, item 1, for Living Classrooms Foundation only, and on page 18. The Honorable President Young will abstain on page 2, item number 1, for Living Classrooms Foundation only. In addition, the Honorable Mr. President Young will be voting no on page 26, page 27, page 31, and pages 38 to 39. The Honorable Comptroller Pratt will abstain on page 51, item numbers 4 and 5. Again, we have one item that's being deferred, page 47 to 49, items 3 to 6, and remaining on the non-routine agenda is the presentation of the preliminary budget recommendations for fiscal year 2017. Mr. President, members of the board, that is a protest, the deferral, the note for MBU compliance on page 46, number 2, as well as the abstentions and no votes that have been reported. Thank you.
Thank you. I will direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from our office dated March the 28th, 2016. Identify matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any corrections and additions that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
Move approval of all items on the routine agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carried. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 1. At this time, Andrew Klein, the City Budget Director, will present the preliminary budget recommendation for fiscal year 2017 to the Board of Estimates.
Good morning, Mr. President,
Good morning.
Madam Mayor, Madam Comptroller, members of the Board of Estimates. I'm here today to present the board with the Finance Department's fiscal 2017 preliminary budget plan. The preliminary plan includes $2.64 billion for operating expenses, an increase of $90.8 million or 4% above the fiscal 2016 adopted budget. General fund operating budget is $1.76 billion, $42 million or 2.4% above the fiscal 2016 level. $524.5 million for capital expenses, including $15.5 million in general fund pay-go capital and $65 million in general obligation bond borrowing. Since fiscal 2014, the mayor's 10-year financial plan has added $125 million in general fund supported capital investment over baseline levels. The fiscal 2017 plan includes some difficult trade-offs to close a $60 million general fund shortfall, significantly increase support for schools, and fund most services at current or enhanced levels. It increases funding for schools by $10.4 million over the maintenance of effort level. Its salary saves 226 vacant police officer positions and freezes officer pay while continuing successful crime prevention strategies, fully funding special operations units, and improving the crime lab and City Watch. It makes Charm City circulator financing sustainable by proposing an increase in the parking tax from 20% to 24%. It equips police officers with body cameras, supports the new municipal trash can program, expands homeless services, and staffs new and expanded recreation centers. For the first time in a decade, all library branches will be open and operating. It also reduces funding for community action centers, before and after care, and earmarked grants, and proposes further reforms to retiree health plans. The general property tax rate for fiscal 2017 will remain at $2.248 per $100 of assessed value. The effective rate for owner-occupied properties will average $2.120 per $100 under the mayor's 20 cents by 2020 targeted homeowners tax credit program, which is on track. The effective rate is down 6.5% since fiscal 2012. The city uses OutcomeStat to prioritize spending around the mayor's 7 priority outcomes for growing Baltimore: better schools, safer streets, stronger neighborhoods, a growing economy, innovative government, a cleaner city, and a healthier city. In addition to the funding priorities already discussed, the plan supports these outcomes by investing $40 million in the Better Schools initiative to modernize school buildings, keeping all fire companies operating, continuing to put $10 million a year toward demolition to support the mayor's Vacants to Value program, promoting economic growth through workforce development, small business assistance, and tourism, strengthening fiscal accountability, maintaining graffiti removal services and expanding illegal dumping enforcement, and helping to establish a stabilization center to connect substance abusers to treatment and other services. Funded full-time permanent positions in the preliminary plan total 13,283. General fund positions are at 9,387, 186 fewer than fiscal 2016, and a 7.5% reduction since fiscal 2013. In the last 2 years, the city has taken steps to make many of its services more proactive and responsive to citizens, including EMS, tree maintenance, street and alley cleaning, and rat control. These service improvements and the investments in this plan are only possible because the city has implemented a series of reforms under the mayor's 10-year financial plan, including health benefit restructuring, pension plan redesign, a new firefighter schedule, leave reform, fleet streamlining, and targeted revenue enhancements. Without the 10-year plan initiatives, the Finance Department estimates that the budget shortfall would have been $200 million instead of $60 million. The 10-year plan is changing the city's fiscal picture for the better, though much remains to be done for the city to achieve a structurally balanced budget, make its tax rates competitive, and invest for a future of growth. A hearing on the preliminary budget plan will be held on April 6th at 10:30 in the Curran Room. The taxpayer night is scheduled for April 14th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the War Memorial Building. And that concludes my presentation. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Madam Control? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. There have been no more business. Is this what I just said?
Oh.
All right, Madam Control.
Yeah, I would like to personally, first of all, I'm pleased that the Board of Estimates approved the award of the Telecommunication Improvement and Procurement Project to Arrow Systems Integration. This is a major step to improve our aging voice communication system. I first want to acknowledge and thank the mayor for partnering with me on this project. I also want to thank President Young for his support. This award today brings the collaboration and cooperation between the Mayor's Office of Information Technology, MOIT, and the Comptroller's Department of Communication Services, Municipal Telephone Exchange, MTE. This project will benefit our city and help us be more effective and efficient in meeting the communication needs of our agencies. The mayor and I have had a series of meetings, and we have remained committed to moving the city forward in the successful implementation of a new state-of-the-art communication system. The collaboration on this project relied on the expertise of MOIT and MTE. The demonstrated expertise of MOIT for years has been managing the local area network, wide area network, fiber connectivity, and integration of multiple city applications. The MTE's demonstrated expertise has been in managing installations, moves, add changes for voice communication, reliable dial tone, billing advanced applications, and maintaining an on-premise solution such as PBX. The implementation of Voice over Internet Protocol will be both cost-effective and efficient in delivering enhanced communication services to the city. It is projected that over 10 years, the city will save $25 million while improving communication services. This will be done by replacing the age Verizon Centrex technology with Voice over IP, which will improve flexibility and functionality of service. Moves, add, and changes to telephone services, which currently could take weeks, can be completed in a day. Through implementing Voice over IP, we will integrate with the city's network, enhance mobility, and eliminate the reliance on telephone carriers for basic service. Through MOIT's management of the network infrastructure and MTE's provision of support to agencies in procuring and managing voice communications, it is anticipated that the system will be fully implemented in 3 years. I want to acknowledge and thank the Bureau's purchases, Mr. Tim Krust, Ms. Erin Scher, and Mr. Mukesh Vasavada, for their professionalism and commitment in leading the effective procurement process that will benefit our city. The Battles Group, our consultant, worked to ensure that the city's required services were well-defined and the responses to the solicitation will allow the city to grow with new technology. The collaboration between our offices and the various city agencies exemplifies that working together works. Again, thank you for your assistance, and I look forward to the implementation of Voice over IP. Thank you.
I'm first grateful that the comptroller reminded me that it was on there this week, and thank you for all of the hard work. I know that we've certainly come a long way with the shared goal of, as I often say, creating more efficient and effective government. I want to thank all of our staff members, your team from, I believe it's MTE, as well as your office, and our team from MOIT, led by Jerome somewhere. I thought he'd be in here. So I want to just thank them for all of their hard work in the not so easy work of digging in and digging through all of the related contracts, all of the work orders. There have been audits have been done of the phone system. Lots have been done behind the scenes in order to get us here, and I want to thank everyone, including you, for this collaboration.
There have been no more business before this board. The meeting will recess until bid opening at 12 noon. Thank you.
Okay, right. That's the way it should be. All right. Okay. Good afternoon. Are you ready, Audrey? Okay. Good afternoon. The Board of Ethics is now in session for the receiving and opening of bids. There will be no bids today. We have one addendum, and that is SC 890 Quad Avenue Pump Station Force Main Replacement. Please change the bid due date from March 30th to April 6, 2016.
Hearing no objection, so ordered.
Okay. There being no further business, we are adjourned. Thank you.